Okay, what we have here is an Uberti Cattleman, 1873. We have the proper pin for the cylinder pin that goes in the left side of the gun. This is correct for this model. However, this cap that goes on the opposite side here is for a Colt single action army. Now the threads are identical between this part and this part, so I can put this cap on this pin. However, this cap is too long. Currently it's at 0.216 or so. Sorry, 0.216. And it needs to be a little shorter because when you press this pin from this side and depress the spring, you can still see the cap protruding into this opening right here where the pin goes, just by a little bit. So I'm using some 320 grit sandpaper. This is just a regular, wood or metal sandpaper, and I'm taking just a little bit of this off at a time. And I'll show you if I pick this up and put the caliper on it. So it's not exactly even on the top because there's a slot cut into the top of it for a screwdriver. So I'm at about 0.2155 right now, or 0.216 you can say. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it down to about 0.214 and I'm going to check the fit. So I'm going to do a little sanding. And all I'm doing is moving my parts out of the way so that I don't drop something in the carpet. And I'm going to hold this cap in my fingers like that. And this is the side I'm taking off. And remember I said there was a slot for a screwdriver. Well, when I got this, that slot was almost non-existent. It was a hint of a slot, but you couldn't get a screwdriver in there. There was not enough metal on either side for it to grab. So I used a very small, very fine file like this. And I used the edge, which has, it's also a file on the edges. I used that, and I was able to make a deep enough slot on here that I can get a screwdriver in there. So I'm going to do a little sanding and see if and then we'll check it and see if we can't get this down small enough to fit in there. Just a quick back and forth. It doesn't take much, and you got to be careful because if you use too much pressure, it'll roll out of your fingers and not do any good. So do a quick sand, and then we're going to check. All right. So here we go. We're going to check with the caliper again. I'm going to see what there is to see. Okay, so you can see on the caliper, I'm down to, if you look over here, I'm past the 2, I'm past the 1, and I'm at 0.213.5, maybe 4, 0.214. So I'm going to check the fit again because I'm getting very close. Sandpaper out of the way. We'll drop this pin in there. And now I have to flip the gun over and hold it so that it's fully extended, and I've compressed the spring that's on the pin. And just get my other finger on there. Then I'm going to take a small screwdriver and give it a couple of turns, and you can see that slot is still not quite deep enough. We may not engaging the threads. Looks like we're not. Okay. Let's try this again. Of course, this always goes, very well when you're not filming, but when you're trying to capture it, it doesn't want to catch. So there we go. So you can see that's fully turned down, and I'll show you by flipping this over to the other side. You can see that pin will, so we're tight there. And then to release the cylinder pin, you actually push this in, and what it does is it moves that cap out of this hole right here, and that's where the cylinder pin goes, and that holds the cylinder in. So let's check it. I can't see any protrusion. I can't see the cap protruding. Let's see if the pin actually goes in. So the pin is set, right? I've got the cylinder pin here, and that cap will ride in one of these slots right here. So I'm going to set that down on there. I'm going to depress, and nope, it looks like we're just need to take a little more off. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back.